Hello, it's Manjit here and welcome to the Health and Wellbeing programs. Well, today, given it's Valentine's soon, I have Yasmin in the studio here to chat with me about Valentine's Day. Yasmin, tell me about your experience of relationships.
I can tell you, Manjit, about a relationship I've got at the moment. It's a wonderful relationship with a person. The person's really honest, open, caring, kind, giggly, childish at times. The list is endless of positives. The person is there all the time for me, day or night, and that person's Yasmin. Yasmin Hussain, myself.
Yes.
Relationships, I believe that if I didn't feel all those things, I couldn't enter a relationship with anybody and have an effective relationship, a positive relationship. I could go into a relationship and have one that's not really not for me.
Yeah, yes. Because I was thinking it's, with this time of the year, Valentine's, people are either very upset because they don't have a special person in their lives, or people are upset because they have someone in their lives, but it's not the sort of person that they want.
Yeah.
There's a lot of myth around relationships, isn't there?
I think there's an awful lot of hype. It's like, you know, any time of the year there's something going on, but with Valentine's it can be, people can make themselves very miserable, you know, they can put themselves in states of misery because they're single. And the fact of the matter is, I believe, that, talking through experience, there are many people out there will be celebrating on Valentine's that are miserable inside because they're with the wrong person, or they're in a relationship for the sake of it, or they haven't worked on themselves first. And you don't actually go. I believe you don't go into a relationship to get. You go to give. Nobody can fix you.
Yeah. And something, Yasmin, that I've noticed in my own work as a therapist is that a lot of women in particular will come to me and they're kind of almost like desperate for a relationship. That they'll be trawling the internet, or they'll be going to bars, and they just feel that if only they had this one amazing person in their lives, all their problems will be solved, all their problems about their insecurities will be solved. And for me, it's the exact opposite, that until you're actually sorted out your own insecurities and your own kind of needs are met, that really you can't really be offering anybody anything in a relationship. That the relationship will actually be quite destructive, if not very empty. That you go into a relationship with all these unmet needs and with these really high expectations that this person is going to come into your life and fix you. And then the real disappointment, you know, after the honeymoon period's worn off and the luster's worn off, that this person isn't the one that's going to fix you at all. In fact, they might have broken you even more.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, it's what's going to sustain you as well. That's the key, isn't it? You know, you can have a wonderful relationship with lots of people that you know, opposites attract. But if you know, you do need a soulmate, first and foremost yourself, and then the partner. And I do believe it's quite uncanny, but once you work on yourself and you feel better, people are attracted to you, even when you're not looking for it. It sounds bizarre and it sounds like it's made up, but I can vouch for it. People, you know, you're like a magnet, and it's not just, you know, that it's not just for the partner either, it's friends, friendship. When we say relationship, and we're talking about Valentine's obviously because it's coming up, but you know, relationships, there are other relationships out there, friends, family, and you mustn't forget about those, you know.
Yeah, and relationships are very powerful because the very first relationships we ever have are the relationships we have with our parents. And psychologically, if our needs are not met in that early relationship, that we are then left wanting in our adult relationships. And I think one of the greatest fears that we have as human beings, which kind of makes sense, is the fear of abandonment and the fear of rejection. That if we are abandoned as babies, well, you know, we're going to die. And that as children, we need to have a sense that we are loved, and that we are welcome, and that we're praised and validated and made to feel special, and that we feel that we're connected with the people who are in our lives. And if that kind of doesn't happen, I think it sets off a very powerful pattern within ourselves.
Chain of events.
Chain of events, which we then repeat in our adult relationships.